It has been nearly 10 years since our first visit to Koenig Bauer Sheetfed to check the progress of the VariJET 106, one of the first B1 size digital presses in the market. In this case, a machine fully conceived and designed for folding carton. After our previous visits to the Koenig Bauer plant in Radebeul, where Koenig Bauer manufacture all their sheetfed presses, including the VariJET, this time we returned to Radebeul for an open house that is intended to officially mark the commercial availability of VariJET and its widespread adoption in the market. To find out more about the VariJET 106 project, today I met with some key people at Koenig Bauer and at Koenig Bauer Durst.
My name is Tom Sander. I'm the product manager of the VariJET 106. I'm in the joint venture since more than 5 years, I think already 5.5 years, and responsible for the product management since, I must say, 2.5 years roughly. We are facing success every day when I'm on customer side. If a job is printed, the customer is satisfied, and we hear also from the brand owners and from the brands. I mean, we didn't get the feedback directly from them, but from our customers. This makes me really proud about the product, about what we did over the last 2.5 years. And that definitely is one point of that. But that we are at the moment in the discussion of closing the beta phases, both of them. So our customers really recognize and acknowledge the progress we did over the last 2.5 years. And we are now, let's say, since half a year in these discussions. And yeah, again, it makes me really proud that we are at this stage discussing with our customers and seeing that the machine is performing, that our customers want to keep the press, that they continue with us, with the machine, that they believe in the product and also in the market. And as I said before, also getting the feedback from their brands, that they deliver something unique to the market, something which was never possible before. Why does it take so long? And what did we do the last, let's say, 2.5 years on our beta sites? That's a tough question, but I think it's more about just using market leading and also market proven components, right? I mean, the whole integration is a process, and to let the systems in between communicate to everything. This is, I would say, the first step, and the second step is to make this work all together in one machine at this speed for this application, for this customer, for this customer, for several customers. And that's the second step, I would say, that we did in our beta phase as well, to look on the application, to look on the paper. How does it look? What can we improve? And that's the difference between just using market leading and market proven components and integrating them. And yeah, this is what takes time, and where you need to develop and to optimize the whole system, the whole machine, the whole process in the end. I can say that we have started with the project 2.5 years ago at our beta sites. At the beginning, of course, the machine was a little bit like a diva. There were many issues, not only on application, but more on mechanical side, on electrical side. I think this is normal. If you bring a new product in the market, you have only like this time to test in the factory, and then your customer have these requirements. And this we faced 2 times, on one side in Germany and on one side in Switzerland. And when we started, step by step it gets better and better, and the machine is available more and more. And we see this, that the customers are putting application on the machine. At the beginning, I would say for the first year, the application they printed were limited. So only, let's say, from 1 or 2 different segments where the quality and the performance was already good enough. But that's not enough for us, of course. We want to have the really highest quality on the machine, and we want to achieve the best performance. We need a machine which is available like an offset machine, right? Lowest downtime available if you switch it on in the morning until you switch it off in the evening. That's our goal. And by time, we see that the machine gets better and better. We got improvements. We got a new inkjet, which really pushes the machine to a whole new level of quality, but also availability of the machine has much increased. We've got some experience here, so we are doing business case analysis with different customers from all over the world and going really deep into their data, into their production data, and comparing what they do at the moment with how it would look like with a VariJET if they would integrate a machine into their factory. And regarding TCO and all the costs you have if you own a machine like this, I mean, of course, the ink costs are quite higher than an offset. I would say 4 times higher, 3 to 4 times higher. But on the other hand, you have an offset like cost blocks from paper waste. For every job you have paper waste. And this is by far what we find out for, let's say, small and medium-sized runs, the biggest block of costs you have an offset. In an inkjet digital machine on the VariJET, we don't even have that one. And that turns the discussion into another perspective, because then you have also the environmental aspect. But if we are looking only on the TCO perspective, we found out that the break-even is always in between 2,500 up to 5, even sometimes 6,000 sheets for the jobs that you just take from offset on the VariJET. On our beta projects, it's different. We found out that I was shocked for the first time when I saw this, to be honest, to be on site and to see a job running, that was running actually, when our customers started printing jobs like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 or even higher amount of sheets per job. And I thought like, okay, but why don't do an offset? I mean, it might be better for your costs, right? But they told me clearly, no, it wouldn't, because we have many spot colors on the sheet, we have variable data on the sheet. This was not even possible to offer before. And so the discussion, I would say, is not always about break even and where the product is more cost efficient. This is something our customers can decide, but it's also about what can the machine do, what can the technology do, what can they deliver to the market, which value, and then the run length doesn't really matter anymore.
We have followed almost every step of this project, which took a major turn when Koenig Bauer and Durst established a technical joint venture in 2019. To make a long story short, what happened is that Durst added its powerful inkjet print engine, powered with Samba print heads, the one they use for the Tau series of label presses, on top of the frame of a Rapida 106 offset press. The result, as we will see, is a B1 size digital press with analog coating, 7 inkjet colors, analog varnish, and the opportunity to add more analog modules downstream the inkjet print engine.
So I'm Daniel Velema with Koenig Bauer Durst. I joined in 2024 as the managing director. And one of the things that we changed, and I think it was already in place to some degree, is that we did a lot more in terms of working together. So you have 2 partners, Koenig Bauer and Durst. And neither of them can do this project just by themselves. So we had to bring the teams together physically as well. So we organized a couple of workshops where people came together and did not leave the room before we had a joint way forward on all technology parts. So I'm thinking about how to print, how to run sheets, how to do the workflow, how to do the service. And that was a lot of just hard work together. I think that was one part that we did differently as of 2024. And the other part is all around expectations, because if you have a new product in the beginning, you want it to do it all. The risk though is that you start building a spaceship. So we had to cut back as well in terms of what this press can do. And this press is developed to be a simplex press that runs B1 folding carton. So let me actually get the record straight. When we're talking about beta customers, we're talking about commercial customers. So these customers actually buy the press. It's not that we have betas where people just try it and then after a while decide whether or not they want to have the press. We have sales agreements with these customers, and at the end, after hitting certain milestones, they buy the press. So all these customers are commercial customers, and we did it on purpose. We didn't want to have customers that we would go into such a process kind of half-heartedly. So let me see whether it works. No, these customers have committed themselves to actually buying a press and running it in production. The North American market for us is key. It is, from a size perspective, similar to Europe. And the other thing is that North America tends to be very forward-looking when it comes to digital print. And as you may know, Koenig Bauer is really strong in the North American market. Also Durst, our other mother house, is very strong out there. So for us, US is definitely the market where we foresee the biggest growth in terms of presses installed. Printers, converters are just a little unsure what is going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months. And if you're then looking at these kind of investments where people start for the very first time with a B1 digital press, they are hesitant to go. I think folding carton has actually very mature processes. So if you look at folding carton, I mean, the printing part is very well established. Offset has been around for a very long time. So you have presses that run very efficiently, very fast, at a good cost to ownership. And then also if you go into the finishing part, all that has been set up according to certain standards. So if you're talking about a change, it's not just about changing a small piece of the puzzle, being the printing part. It's about changing the way in which people work. It's always difficult to look into the future, but I think one of the things that really speaks in our favor is that we have two mother companies that have been around for a very long time. So if you look at Koenig Bauer, over 200 years old. If you look at Durst, celebrating its 90th birthday this year. You're looking at companies that are not looking to the next quarter, they're not even looking just to the next year. They are looking and planning for decades. And the trend will come. Digital printing will come to the folding carton industry. It may not be exactly as fast as we want to have it, but they have the patience and they have the financial resources to see it through. And I think that is what makes the difference. We are not a startup company that is invested by billions and billions of dollars that hope to make a quick buck. We are family-owned companies that know that the next generation of printers will need something different next to the existing offset technology. So Landa for me is actually an ally. And why am I saying that? If you look at the market, digital printing is still very much in its infancy. So it is not so much about who is selling press 1, 2 or 3. I mean, if you compare it to the amount of offset presses that are being sold year in, year out, we're still talking peanuts. So having a strong partner like Landa, who is also explaining to its customers, to its prospects, what digital print can do, I think is extremely powerful. So quite frankly, I hope that Landa is going to be successful. Because if they are successful, it's also easier for us to spread the word about digital printing and how it can transform the production process.
We know that new digital technologies often take time to gain traction due to possible technical issues or more frequently to some concern about their running cost, their TCO, etc. And at other times, the reason is a lack of motivation in the buyers and sometimes even in the sellers.
From our point of view, we have first of all the long runs, and the long runs will remain in offset or in flexo, for example. And then we have an increasing demand on short runs. Short runs are as well driven by time to market, for example. And for those short runs, you have great solutions in digital printing. And the VariJET is just answering that segment in an attractive way because we are going with our run lengths, let's say up to 5,000 sheets in B1. So you can really move these volumes from your offset press to a digital printing press, and you could even increase, let's say, the efficiency on your offset presses because you just produce the volumes and the long runs. So for us, it's really the combination, the perfect combination between digital printing and offset printing. So I think what is super important if you have new products in place, and especially like Koenig Bauer over the past years, you're extending your portfolio by a lot of different products. It's not just about printing, it's as well about all the post-press equipment. You have to first of all build up a very strong product management team, because the product management team at the end understands first of all the needs from the markets, the different markets worldwide, and they are different. There is not, let's say, one solution that fits in all the markets. You have to adapt as well to the local requirements. And here product management is key because they understand exactly what is important in Asia, what is important in Europe, what is important in the Americas. And together with our training team, we have a large internal training team, we call it campus. And at the campus, we are training our sales force at the end. We are training the sales force, first of all, to get familiar with the different needs from the markets. Increasingly important, the workflow environment. Not everything is, let's say, just hardware. It's as well, which solutions do I need in order to adapt to the very, very agile markets in the meanwhile. And we have, for example, a job optimizer in our software solution pocket. And at the end, the job optimizer is a solution that helps you in digital printing, in offset printing, but on the other side as well in post-press. But it will only help you when our sales force in the market understands what the job optimizer at the end can add as a value to the end customer. So we have to train them, and we are really training the sales force on a regular basis. First of all on product knowledge, but on the other side as well market knowledge, to understand really what differentiates at the end the market needs from yesterday to today and to tomorrow. Now the question, how do you get those people? And I think it's here as well. First of all, it's a network. Secondly, you have to, at the end as well, develop talents in your organization. And in Germany, we have the apprenticeship program where we can really get young people, young motivated people from the school directly to the company. For 3 years, they are learning in Koenig Bauer. On one hand, of course, in mechanical jobs, but on the other side as well in software or in IT jobs. And then we can develop them from there. Our current plan at the end is, and we are on track regarding that plan, that we are installing and finalizing now the 4th installation in Europe. And then we will, in the second half of the year, start with the first installation overseas. And the plan was from the beginning that we are, after the 4th unit in Europe, we will start to go overseas. The 4th unit is for us kind of the milestone to achieve, and we are exactly on schedule to go then as well with the installation team, with the service team to Asia Pacific and of course to the Americas. I hope that Koenig Bauer will be recognized as a technology partner. And technology means hardware and software at the end. That's what we are aiming for. That's we are working every day hard to be there. So we are on a way exactly to achieve that goal, to be the technology partner for our customers.